Welcome to another exciting edition of the Ladies in Media show, where we celebrate the outstanding journey of women in media. My name is Margaret Baden. Today we're going all the way to Nairobi, Kenya, and that is where our guest is coming from. She is one of the renowned female personalities in the news field. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back with more. Welcome back to the Ladies in Media show. If you just tune in, we are about to delve into the life of our amazing guest. But today, our question of the day goes, how do you sustain yourself as a media personality? Our guest today is an interesting news anchor in Nairobi, Kenya. She works with NTV Nairobi, and her fluency in Swahili draws people to her. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Fridah Mwaka.
Is this how you dance in Ghana?
Like that?
Like this? This is how you do it?
No.
Okay. Then I think we have a different notion back in Kenya. Thank you so much.
Thank you too for coming.
Oh my God, I am so happy. I think now you guys need to get me land in Ghana, build me a house because I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, you're welcome. Like, Ghana is a home for many.
Thank you.
We always welcome new people to join us. We are always open.
Okay.
We're always open.
If I don't do this for my country, I think they're going to get to me. So let me just say this. Asanteni sana Ghana kwa kunikaribisha. Huku na Wakenya wote jamani, karibuni Ghana. Mimi nimekaribishwa vizuri na ninafurahi. I just said thank you.
Really?
Yes.
Everything was thank you?
Yeah, like thank you, Kenyans. You're also welcome to Ghana. You know, I told you English is not my language. I love Swahili more, but I'll try.
Wow, amazing. I love your style. I love your necklace.
Thank you. This is part of a tribe in Kenya called the Samburu people. So Kenya, we wear a lot of jewelry, especially the Maasai people, the Samburu people, Turkana people. So I got this when I was doing a story on telling the good story about the Samburu community, and they gifted me this. So I love it. I travel with it everywhere.
So what made you want to major in Swahili? Because I know you're known for the Swahili news anchor. You always speak in that language. Yes. What made you want to stick to that?
Yeah. Swahili is our national language. So in Kenya, we have Swahili and we have English. But for me, I feel English is not unique because almost every country is speaking in English. So first of all, I'm so proud of our language, and that is Swahili. And I feel I own it as a person. That is my language, you know. When I was young, I used to say that English feels like a stepmother. I'm not saying stepmothers are bad, but it just feels like you're owning a stepmother when your mother is still alive. So for me, I just love Swahili, and no one can take it from me. Swahili is my language. Swahili is paying my bills. Swahili is making me travel. I'm actually in Ghana because of my Swahili speaking. So Swahili anytime. English, no.
So what brings you to Ghana?
What brings me to Ghana? I'm coming to look for a husband. I'm sorry. No, I was just kidding. But anyway.
I know why you please, you're not kidding. I think that's part.
I know, I'm actually...
Because that's the first thing that came out. And whatever you say subconsciously...
Let me tell you, I just wanted to see my fans' reactions because I'm sure everybody's like, huh? What? You see those memes that you put on YouTube? Like, say what now? I think that's what will come in. But yes, what brings me to Ghana is... Margaret, what you're doing. Ladies in media. You appreciating ladies in the media space is something that we cannot take it for granted. For the longest time, women have been fighting for spaces in different categories of life, you know, and different sectors of life. But right now, we are celebrating women in media. There's a time women were not celebrated in media. Women were just seen as, I don't know what to call them. If you just want sexiness, you know, people did not concentrate on content? What are you bringing on the table? It was more of how does she look? What shape does she have? What skin color does she have? So maybe having all that is when you put in the media, but it's different. So for you airing this out and actually saying that women have brains, women have something that they can bring on the table, and we need to celebrate women in media in Africa, that's what has brought me to Ghana. And oh my God, you're doing an amazing job. I feel challenged. Like, why shouldn't I have started this thing in Kenya? But you're doing a good job. Kudos to you.
Thank you so much. I can take the credit alone because there's a whole team working on this production at Four.
She's being humble.
So, well, but so far your stay in Ghana, how has it been?
Fantastic. It's just been a few hours in Ghana, but I love it. The temperature is more like Mombasa, where I've been raised, but I love the culture. First of all, your Ankara. You people appreciate your culture, wearing your Ankara pieces. Yes. Ghana people are very loving.
But how has your journey been in Kenya, growing up as a child? How was your childhood like?
Bubbly. I think the more I'm becoming an adult, I always ask myself, where is my energy going to? You think I'm energetic? I wish you met me when I was a child. Wow. I was extremely energetic. And I think for me, growing up as a child, I was very sure and certain that journalism is what I wanted to do. And I remember when I was a baby, I used to take stories from the community. I would listen to what is happening around, it's not gossip, but at least just knowing what is happening in my neighbor's house. What have they cooked today? Who is fighting? Who has not gone to school? Then I will come home and present this as news to my parents. I'm an only child.
Really?
So they had all the time to listen to me. And my parents knew, okay, I think journalism is what she wants to do. So I've done a lot of poetry in front of our president, the former president that we had in our country. I have done a lot of public speaking. In 2009, I was appointed as the president for public speaking in Eastern Province before it became a county. I've done a lot of singing in front of people, but a lot of debates. Oh my God, I used to debate, Margaret. I think I was that child that did not know no as an answer. I would defend myself. So for me, my childhood has been very interesting, confident. I don't think anything will put me down as a child. And I give credit to my parents because they understood their assignments as parents. They loved me and they made me know that I am a child of God. I'm a child that I was born with a purpose and I need to live for my purpose. So it was interesting. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you get into media?
How many days do we have for this interview? Oh my God, that was a journey. It was a journey. Like I said, yes, I did poetry and all that. But when I joined campus, Daystar University is actually known in Kenya for media. And most media personalities come from Daystar. Larry Mado, Lillian Muli, big names, we all come from Daystar. So when I joined Daystar, there was a radio station. So I auditioned for the radio station. And let me surprise you, I actually didn't go there as a Swahili host. I wanted to do English. Back then, I thought English was everything, In fact, when I used to hear people speak Swahili, I loved Swahili. I performed so well in Swahili. But when I used to hear people speak Swahili, I'm like, excuse me, English is the in thing. So when I went for this audition in Daystar, the lady who was auditioning me, she's also a journalist, Caroline B. She says, okay, Fridah, you come from the coast and I'm not expecting you to come here and speak English. I want you to host a Swahili show. And I'm like, me? Like, me? Host Swahili? No way. And she told me, if you're not going to audition for Swahili, then I'm not going to give you a job. At that time, I didn't even know radio frequency in Swahili. So I just asked someone, okay, what does frequency mean in Swahili? And they said mita bendi. I was like, okay. So I went in for the interview, did my Swahili interview. I got the job. Getting the job, few months down the line, there was a program at KTN. KTN is one of the biggest TV stations we also have in Kenya. So KTN had a program for young journalists, young presenters. I went in. We were 20,000, but we're only chosen 6 into the
20,000?
Yes, 20,000. The guys who got a chance, at least to be interviewed, we were 20,000. They came even more. Wow. And that tells you how there's a gap. Young people are looking for opportunities. So from the 20,000 people, we were only chosen 6 for the academy, and I was chosen. And I was the only one, the only lady doing Swahili. So at least now my ladder, started going up. I knew this is what I wanted to do. And
But you
so,
said you hadn't auditioned or done anything in Swahili before.
yes,
So
no, we
how
started
did
with the
how
radio.
okay,
So
so
radio gave me confidence for this
so I,
particular.
I actually want you to take me to your first audition. How did you do it? Because it was new to you.
Mm,
You just put on the spot to do
yeah,
Swahili
yeah,
audition.
yeah.
So how did you go
But you
about
see,
it?
Swahili is the language that we speak in Kenya. So it's
It
not
was
like
easy
I
for
didn't know
you.
Swahili. I knew Swahili and I loved Swahili. It's just that I never pictured myself at that time if I'll
Speak it.
ever be, like, if I'll speak it fluently. And again, I also come from the coast. When you come to Kenya, you need to visit Mombasa. Mombasa is where now we speak Swahili. We eat Swahili. We dress Swahili. So I think that also boosted me to get the opportunity. So from radio now to this competition in Kenya, where all Kenyans and the world at large are watching you, again, I went in now, I was now confident, in Swahili. But I need to say something. My colleague, the guy that I co host with for news, Lofty Matambo, also played a very big role. So he told me, when you're going into this competition, don't go with English. So many people will come speaking in English, but I think you will stand out more if you speak Swahili. And yes, I actually did. So I went in for the competition. After the competition, I didn't win because of panic. And maybe one day
Oh,
I'll speak
okay.
about panic, but I was among the final four. I didn't win, final five. I didn't win because of panic.
But what made you panic?
Pressure. This is a reality show. I know you're a producer. You've probably been in one. Reality show, it's a lot of pressure because there's what the producers want you to do. There's the world is watching you. You are young at the same time. You're sitting in front of a strong panel of journalists who are asking you tough questions. They have tried to threaten you so that they can get drama for TV. At some point, you could ask me, Frida, what's your name? And I'm like, I don't know my name. Panic is so bad.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
panic is so
serious.
bad. Because I think they even asked me who's the president, and I didn't even know at that point. Like my mind is off.
Blank.
Yeah. And so they're like, okay, is this the news anchor that we want? Woman, what's wrong with you? But when they asked me entertainment questions, I was so good. Musicians, I will give them music, latest music, I will give them. I don't know, I just panicked. And it broke me because I was very young and everybody was supporting me. So me thinking I'm going home, I've been eliminated from the academy. Oh, I didn't take it lightly. And that's the day I knew the news is not for me.
Wow.
I was actually offered a job afterwards to be a news reporter. I said no. I don't think news is for me. And so now my focus shifted to entertainment. And I was now focusing on gospel entertainment shows. And I would do them, try to knock the door. When I go for auditions, I'm always picked, but sometimes shows don't come up. I felt disappointed. I've knocked this door for 4 years.
4 years.
And I was very particular with the TV station that I wanted to work for, KTN News.
So how long did you go to KTN?
Oh my God, after 4 years.
After
So
four
I've been
years.
knocking the door. Opportunities were coming my way. I go for auditions. I'm actually picked, but for some weird reasons, the show never starts. Or I don't know, things just happen, and this is entertainment. Like I told you, my focus now shifted. I was like, news is not for me. So there's a station that employed me, that's Ebru TV. And I used to be a gospel presenter and also a lifestyle presenter in that station. But anytime I will hear breaking news, something in me will just boil. Sometimes I will see the news anchors and I'm like, can I go through your script? Can I practice voicing? So that told me that I still wanted to be a news anchor. In as much as I was running away from it, I still wanted to be one. So, like I said, after Ebru, I was now employed and poached to a radio station. And in 2017, going to 2018, I felt I'm shifting. And I could just feel it in my spirit. And I told my co-host, his name is Saint P. I told Saint P, I feel I'm shifting. I don't know what, but I just feel my time to say goodbye in radio has come. And I think my time to now go fully on TV is coming, but I'm not sure it's entertainment. I think I'm now going to be a news anchor. Oh my God, it's a long story.
Wow.
But one day I received a call. I was called in one of the best TV stations That is KTN, the
Did you
station
apply
that...
or
No,
they just called you?
I didn't apply.
You didn't apply?
No, I just received a
But
call.
have you ever applied before and you weren't called?
No.
You never applied to KTN?
For TV, no. But I think the show that I did, the presenter, for us, that was like your CV. So I'm just thinking out loudly, maybe they went through their best candidates who never got an opportunity to win, because they just wanted two people to win, entertainment and news. So we didn't win. The rest of us didn't win, but at least we got certificates and we were seen and they could see the potential in us. So I just received a call. I received a call and I remember that day I was so broken because I had just declined another job. I was called for a radio job, a well-paying radio job.
Wow.
I declined it because I felt this is not what I want to do. I think it's time for me to go to TV. So after declining this job and regretting and thinking, am I stupid? Has someone bewitched me? Because I'm here looking for a job. I'm being called for a nice paying radio job. I'm declining it. And then I don't know what next. At that particular moment when I was on my knees praying and asking God questions, my phone rang. I received the call, and this was a guy called Nick Otieno from KTN. And he goes like, "Hi, am I speaking to Fridah Mwaka?" I'm like, "Yes, my name is Nick Otieno. I'm calling you from KTN News because there's KTN Home." So I'm
Wow.
like, "Okay." And he's like, "Are you available for an interview tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Yeah, we need you for KTN News interview." And that's how the journey started.
Amazing.
Yeah, just a young girl from radio, now getting a job as a news anchor, Swahili. Till today, that thing humbles me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you were doing entertainment, switching to news. How was it? Was it difficult
Mm-hmm.
at the first time when you were given the chance to sit on live television to present the news?
I think I will lie to the world if I say it wasn't difficult, but again, I've been practicing behind the scenes. You know, when you want something,
Even when you were doing the entertainment?
even when I was doing entertainment, like I told you, I used to go to the news anchors at Ebru, pick their scripts. Behind the scenes, I will practice even how to voice as a news anchor. I will practice and I will ask for guidance, and I was taught. But Margaret, let me tell you, my first bulleting on air, people talk of butterflies in the stomach. I think mine was just everything: dogs, cats, lions, cheetah. Because oh my God, the noise that was coming from my stomach, I'll never forget. And I was tensed because you see, number one, there's a promo that has been running. KTN is not a small station. This is one of the big three stations that we have in the country. So everybody wants to know why her. And you know how media is very competitive.
Yes.
I'm so young. I'm just coming from a radio station. So everybody's like, okay, so probably why didn't I get the chance? Why her? You know, and then those who are like, okay, is she going to manage? This is mainstream media. So my first bulletin, our current president, he's called William Ruto. I used to call him Wilson Ruto. I was just confusing names, you know, so I kept saying sorry. So in Swahili, we say kunradhi or samahani. So this is me. I'm like, hujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, nazungumza kunradhi. Sorry. This is a live bulletin. This is news.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was terrible.
Oh my God. And did they kept you going?
You asked me after the bulletin, did I go home? I couldn't move. I remained at my seat, embarrassed. I was like, okay, what did I just do? But funny thing is, everybody kept telling me you've started well than most of us. Actually, one of my then bosses, because I'm not now at KTN, I'm at NTV, one of my bosses, my Swahili boss, Paul Nabiswa, called me 1 week later for 2 hours on phone. And he told me, Frida, I need to give you my story when I was at BBC. I urinated on myself. So you've done well.
Seriously?
You are the youngest Swahili speaking news anchor right now in a mainstream media. And how you started well. But this is what I'll tell you about media. Media is not for the faint hearted. He told me, woman, it's the high time you have a thick skin because media, there's a lot of competition. The who is in the media industry. Don't bring your woye, you know, on news. You must have a thick skin. But he told me, no, on my daughter, you started well than most of us. And from that day, I knew okay, Frida, the world must know that I belong. I need to fight for my space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would you say you were fortunate to have people around you that really encourage you to be where you are?
I was. Honestly, and I think for me, it's all about my personality because you cannot survive in the media if you cannot ask for help. There are those that came before you, they know more than you, they are more experienced. So don't bring your big head here. You need to learn. So for me, I've always had that learning spirit in everything, not just media. And I think maybe you've experienced it. I'm here in Ghana. I keep asking you, what do you say? How do you do this? I love learning. So for me, I've had people who have held my hand. Big support system, my parents, my church, my family, everybody around me was just like, yeah, we need to support you. But of course, I've also had people who wanted to pin me down. But that's not my issue. Such people, you just kneel down, pray for them, and let God deal with them. Then you do you.
So far, what has been the challenges? What has been your challenge so far? Occupying such a huge space, being watched by everybody, people are looking up to you. What has been your greatest challenge?
Being a woman in the media space. But I'm so happy that right now the society is embracing it. Being a woman, people want you to look a type of way. They want to see your cleavage. They don't want to hear news. They want to see what makeup today you're putting on. They don't want to hear the content you're bringing on the table. And for me, I think at first that was my biggest challenge. And again, just being young, receiving so many calls from politicians. Everybody is telling you how they need you, how you look sexy, how, oh my God.
Wow.
But again, I think I was prepared for that. So right now, that is not a challenge anymore because we have women even who are presidents in Tanzania, Samia Suluhu, and women in the media space are now taking the top positions. But again, my biggest challenge till today is still remaining on the top. It's easier to rise, but to remain on the top, Margaret, I won't lie to you, it's not easy. People are coming. We have young ones who are more energetic than you. People are doing their research. So, what are you doing as Frida to remain on the top?
Wow, that brings us to our question of the day. How do you sustain yourself as a media personality?
Research, you need to critique, you need to know where your niche is. Because you see, I am Frida, I am not Kanzidena. I am Frida, I am not Margaret. So I need to know, who am I? What is this that I want people to say about Frida? And what is this that I need to work on myself as Frida? Because I don't want you to watch me and watch someone else and be like, okay, I'm watching Frida, but I feel like Margaret, I'm seeing a Margaret in her. No, I want you to see a Frida in me. So what do I do? Number one, whatever I do on air, I watch myself. I sit down and critique myself. After that, I have a team that critique me and help me to build my brand better. I listen a lot. I learn from people that I admire. And the same thing, I sit down and ask questions because I need to learn. I cannot be who I am today if I'm not willing to learn. And again, I'm also obedient because in media, you have to be obedient. Just obey. And something else in media, integrity and credibility. Don't just say things for the sake of saying things to please people on social media. Have your facts right. So that means you need to read, you need to research, you need to watch news, you need to know what is happening. Because let me tell you, I discourage people who think media people, we didn't go to schools. We own degrees and we have masters and PhDs. But sometimes people think it's just all about having a pretty face and having a makeup artist and that's it. When there's a breaking news, it has nothing to do with the makeup you have. What are you bringing on the table? So for me, it's all about that. Reading a lot, researching a lot, and just being in the know-how. Because media, you have to be chap. What is happening? Yeah, and it's just not about Kenya, across. So if you get a chance to learn about Ghana, why not? Learn about Ghana. Yeah.
Let's take it on the low. What you do for fun?
Ooh, TikTok. No. I travel a lot.
Oh,
I love traveling. I love cooking. I cook. I'm actually a wife material.
back to the
Am I
husband
selling
thing.
myself out? No. But yes, what do I do for fun? I sing. I cook. I do fashion. That is my side hustle. I draw a lot of designs. I wish I came here with my drawing book. You'd see.
Wow.
Every time I sit down, I just think of, okay, ideas just come in my head and I'm just drawing.
So you draw designs as in
Yeah,
clothing?
yeah. I draw and I make. I have my fashion house, House of Kichuna, where I dress myself. What I wear on air, the amazing suits. That's my work.
Everything you wear on there.
95% of everything that I wear on air is my work. Of course, 5%, like now, what I'm wearing, I'll be lying to say that this one is my own work. No, this one I just bought from a shop. But again, just giving it like this detail. I love African and I love fashion. So that's what I do for fun.
What's your favorite food?
Food, anything meaty, nyama choma. Oh my God, you need to come to Kenya and have nyama choma. I love
What is it
meat.
made of?
Nyama choma, you just put meat in fire.
Meat in fire.
Yeah, like you grill it.
Okay.
Yeah, you just grill it.
Grilled meat.
You put charcoal, you grill it, and that's it. That's just nyama choma. So you can just put some spices on top. And I also love Coastarian food, anything to do with coconut, because in the coast we cook a lot with coconut. So biryani is like biryani is like our jollof rice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So biryani, put in some coconut, pilau, put in some coconut. My saliva, oh my God. Coastarian food is just amazing. Kenyan food is fantastic.
Have you tasted Ghana jollof before?
Not Ghana jollof. I've tasted Nigerian jollof.
Oh,
So now I need to taste Ghana jollof. But I must say this, my first time to taste West African food, I tasted egusi soup and gare. I passed out. I fainted. So
why?
I don't know. I don't know if
You
it was.
fainted.
Yeah, I did. Actually, in the market, I fainted.
You ate the food and you fainted.
Yeah, so I ate the food. We were shooting. I was running a lifestyle program. So we were shooting different foods. So I did egusi soup and gare. Then after like 3 hours, I started feeling some type of way. I'm in the market. After now the shoot, I went to town. I just passed out. So going to the doctor, he said maybe it might have had food poisoning. So I need to try it again and see, is it the egusi and gare that has a problem, or is this particular meal that I ate that has a problem? So I'm open to testing West African food again. And of course, because now I'm in Ghana, I can't wait to do jollof rice. In fact, I'll also want to cook for you.
I would love it. Before you go.
Yes, I can cook for you.
Great. I would love to
Okay.
try your food.
All right.
So what's next for Fridah Mwaka?
Wow, we might have a lot, but also God has plans for us. But Fridah Mwaka, like I said, I'm still in the media space. Of course, I want to grow more in the media space. I am a news anchor, yes, but I'm also a reporter on gender-related stories. I focus more on women and children, and that's something that I will never stop doing, whether I'm in the media space or not, because I feel that the voice of a woman needs to be heard forever and ever. Amen. So I'm here for all women and children. I may not cover everybody, but at least across Africa, I'm here to tell their story. So that is one. Number two, I'm also looking forward to growing as an editor when it comes to editor in the space of gender.
Wow.
And this is something that maybe Kenyans do not know, but yeah, politics, I'm looking at you.
It looks like most media personality want delve into after doing
Politics.
media, they go
Yes.
into politics. I've seen it
I've
quite some
always
time.
wanted to
It's
be a
actually going on.
politician, but I don't want to be this kind of politician that lies to people. And I think for me, that's when I don't need to be in a space where I need to campaign to get my position. So maybe just to be a CS or something, matters to do with gender and tourism, because that's where my heart is. So let me just be appointed, but I know God is going to position me in that space. So yeah, politics, I'm actually watching you. And of course, fashion. I think I will die in fashion. Yeah.
That's a heavy word. Okay, Frida, there are young women watching you,
Mm-hmm.
young aspiring media personalities, those who are actually practicing media now.
Yeah.
What are you going to leave them with?
Mm-hmm. There is space for everyone. When I was joining media, and this is something that I've had, I don't know about Ghana, but in our country,
everybody says, "Are you sure you're going to find your space in the media?" Because I feel like the guys that we used to watch when we were young, they're still on TV. But this is it. If Frida found her space, then there's space for everyone. And you just need to be patient. And something else that I need to tell young girls, do not sell your body to find a space in the media. Do not
Wow.
sell, because in media we hear a lot of scratch my back, I scratch yours. What are you giving me? I have a job for you. For me, the biggest thing that I did was to use my knees. I always kneel down and pray, Margaret. I give God respect and I pray a lot because I know my help comes from the Lord. And
Wow.
God is going to use people to take me to places like He used you to bring me to Ghana. I didn't know you, but here we are, meeting for the first time. So, ladies, do not use your body to get position.
Wow, this has been an amazing conversation. I hope you've learned so much. As you heard, don't sell yourself short. Just work hard and believe in yourself and pray more, and everything will happen smoothly. My name is Margaret Baden. This has been the Ladies in Media show, and my makeup was by Jocelyn Brown. If you're loving my makeup, just go on IG and type Jocelyn Brown, and she would hook you up with a lovely makeover. This has been the Ladies in Media show. When we say ladies in media,
We
we
say
say
we
we
are
are
taking
taking over.
over.